We were already recovering from huge losses from our one venture. We lost our even house.
For our this episode, we have a very magical lady who helps turn your dreams into reality. Yes, you heard it right. If you have a dream to study, work, or live abroad, the coach genie, Jasbir Grover, helps you turn your dream overseas into reality. Jasbir has worked with colleges and universities for over 10 years, and through her own life experiences, she loves to understand and guide the youth for any problems that they face, be it career, or simply being misguided. She is a study overseas expert and teaches IELTS across India and abroad. Her passion lies in working with the younger minds and youth. She believes in magic and talking to angels. I'm Meenakshi Srivastava, your host for Inspiring Explorers. Guys, make sure you share this episode with your friends. Please do subscribe, follow, give a 5-star rating, and hopefully a review. And also don't forget to come say hi to me on Instagram at the rate mybohovoyage. Now, before I start this episode, let me inform you that we recorded this interview during the COVID-19 lockdown, and hence the recording was done remotely. We were both sitting in our houses and recorded it online. So please don't mind the background noises, and I hope you still enjoy it. So let me welcome our magical guest for today, study overseas expert, IELTS expert, life coach, mentor, author, and a mother, the coach genie herself, Jasbir Grover. Welcome, Jasbir. Thank you so much for coming on this show.
Thank you so much, Meenakshi.
So, Jasbir, tell us something about being a coach genie. Why do you call yourself a coach genie, and how do you make the magic happen?
So I'm a firm believer of God, and having lost my father at 3 years of age, I was the youngest in my family. So I never knew how my life changed all of a sudden when I started seeing that we are all alone and my father is not around there. So my whole journey since from my childhood till now, I faced many hardships and hurdles, silently fighting all alone. There was nobody where I could see and check and talk what I'm feeling internally because my mom had to take up a job to just bring up her three daughters. I was the youngest in my family. And once my mom started working, and those days, talk about 80s, where such ecosystem was not there, where you have the crutch facilities, you have daycare centers. So we were just mentally prepared to stay at your own. So how do you see all of a sudden a 3-year child who used to roam around with her mom and all of a sudden she got to know nobody is there around, and there are many things which I have seen all alone and I struggle to overcome that. So that struggle made me my genie himself, because once you are alone you do many magics, and as a child nobody tells you do this and don't do this,
True.
right? So every child has got a magic, and I use the power of that magic. I don't know how I connected to God in those days, because my mom was a very spiritual lady in that situation. So that connect built me very strong person. I was a very intelligent student, but I decided the journey I have gone through, having nobody to support me and talk to me, I would make a career where I would be there for other people. That's the reason I call myself Genie, and I chosen this field of coaching and mentoring. And that's how I believe that if I could do all such things staying all alone, anyone can. So magic happens in my life with a firm belief of God, and you know how to get everything from your own life if you are connecting with your power, because every moment you are breathing, God is there with you.
True. 3 is a very small age, and coping up with all those hurdles is a big deal. You started helping others.
Yes.
So that's like a very good lesson for everybody of us कि अपनी circumstances से दिल नहीं हारना है. You have to overcome fear and make yourself more courageous.
Yes. You need to give a mission to your life. If you have something which is bothering you, you should overcome, and so that you can help and tell others this is a way you can do. If I can, so you all can. My mom was only 8 pass, Minakshi. She was not educated. You won't believe. Now I connect the dot when I see many parents and many children. I still remember my mom studied Punjabi medium. She worked with All India Radio. I still remember many times she used to approach me and she used to tell me that will you be able to write an application for me? Leave application. How do you see this? But was that journey easy for my mom? Never. Having three daughters, and nobody knew that. Even my father was raised by his Nana Nani Parivar. He lost his parent when he was very young and he was the only child. So we were even not having any support of grandparents too. So yes, one can never give up hope. My mom always taught us that now you have another father, and that father is Guru Gobind Singh Ji. And I still
Okay.
call in my many of the messages, I'm a proud daughter of Guru Sahib. I always
Hmm.
say. So in a work, I went to an interview, and that college was a Sikh minority college, and I was asked, "What is the name of your father?" Because that college is a Sikh minority college. So I don't know why they were asking it, but that was my first experience. And my answer was, "Please, if that solves the purpose, write the name of my mom first, because my identity is with my mom now. My father is in my pictures only. And yes, I have a father. Write the name Vaiguru Guru Gobind Singh Ji." And my introduction would be totally incomplete if I won't tell you who else are my family members. I have got Ajit Veera as my brother, who is the elder son of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, and Hanuman Ji is my second brother. Every year on the occasion of Raksha Bandhan, I go to Mandir and I tie Rakhi to Hanuman Ji. That's how I live my life and I make genie out of me.
I also read in your profiles you have worked with Korean embassy. Want to know how is the work culture? Different from the Indian work culture or similar?
Jabardast, superb question. So I was not applying for this job because I took a sabbatical and then our situation turned very bad. We were not left with any other choice, simply go back and pick up the job. So they were keep on advertising the job post. And I was reluctant in applying for that job post because they mentioned knowledge of Korean language would be added. And I was not having experience of that. So I really would like to bring it to all the people, the Korean interview, because I never knew how Korean interview will happen. So I really would like to highlight few things here. And that day also, that day is a very magical day for me. I was taking steam. I was totally choked, and I received a phone call, and Korean person was telling, and Korean people are not good in English, right? And she said, "My name is Huili, and tomorrow you have an interview." And imagine I'm choked. I can't even breathe. So that was a very tough time in my life. Like my family was struggling a lot. So I decided everything and I picked up my stuff. And the moment I moved out of my house, I feel that it's immense cold for me and I was having fever because chest congestion already ho rakha tha. I came back, my both sons looked at me and they said, "Will you be able to make it?" I just hugged them both and I said, "I will surely get it for you." Though I knew nothing about Koreans, though I knew nothing about Korean embassy, before going for my interview, I simply told my God, "See, this is a bread and butter for my kids. I'm going to make it." I went back, and there it happened that usually how do happen interviews happen, Minakshi? Like you go for an interview and people call you for interview, right? So first
Yeah.
you go, then other candidate go, then third candidate
Mm.
go. Now,
Yeah, yeah.
do you know what was a Korean style? There was a panel of 5 people sitting in a conference room, and the people who were waiting for the interviews they were called in a one go. 3 candidates were called together. Imagine. And I thought, "Oh my goodness, Jasbir Gaur, what are you going to do?" So you won't believe a person sitting next to me was a person having a knowledge of Korean. He even went to Korea. He even knew director Korean culture center because out of the conversation I could make out, right? So imagine what I do. I waited this time that person to speak first so that I get to know where do I stand, how do I overcome him. So
Yes.
once I listened to his conversation, what all he was talking, then I started at my own. And I have no idea like how Korean culture works, what they expect and what they don't expect. But what I know that I would be my Indian authentic self. There was a true cultural difference. But before going for an interview, I wish people should understand every candidate was provided with some of the material, promotional material, because that position was for public relation officer. I
Okay.
worked in a PR domain in addition to my training and placement. So they gave us the brochure, they gave us the posters. You won't believe the moment I looked at it. The person sitting next to me, he said, "This is perfectly fine, this is perfectly fine." And I was giving my real critique that this is good, this is not good.
Mm.
And I was very happy. Korean Culture Center is in Lajpat Nagar. After winding up my interview, I reached till Safdarjung Enclave and I got a call that you have to join from Monday. And when I went for my day of joining, I was told that I was hired after rejecting 73 candidates
Wow.
having zero knowledge of Korean. And I told them I have no knowledge. And I was having another lack in my skills that time, social media promotion. I told them, look, if you provide me any assistance, I know how to lead this. But if you expect me to do this, I'm not good at it. So it may hamper your work or it may work for you. I was very clear. So, that build a confidence with the people from a different country. They could understand me, what am I, what my cultural beliefs are, and I show them my Indian style. And the first day I was being given a job, and my director asked me three things. Will I get on time? I have a deadline. Will I get an Indian style or Korean style? And I told him, sir, I do not know about your Korean style. Let me serve you my Indian style. Right? That was a huge cultural difference. But fortunately, I was groomed and trained by my mom. She always used to say, "Aaj ka kaam kal pe mat chodo. Do it right away." Half of the students, half of the people find it very difficult with me, saying, "Ma'am, kal ho jayega na. I will give you in another next hour." But I said, why not 1 hour before? So that's what my ideology matched with them. You won't believe my sister's elder sons were wedding was there. So majority of my Korean friends and my elder sons, half of the Baratis were Korean because it was a good feeling for them to enjoy Indian wedding. That to Sardaro ki shadi. So you know what happened? We were to travel from Dwarka to Motibag, and then in between there a spot came because we are very nearby airport. And if any VIP is traveling to the airport, they block the whole road. So our whole road was blocked, and whole traffic was stopped for almost 30 minutes. And my sister called up my son that your friends are here. What do I do? So they were Koreans. So because Bharat ka time 9 o'clock, they were there at 8:30. But we were on time. My son knew this. I knew this because Koreans are coming. They would be on time. So there were many things, but there were many similarities. They work like machines. They don't even talk to you if they are working. I used to feel suffocated, to be very honest, initial days. That's simply walking, 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 walking. They work like machines, right? So that was very difficult for me initially. But what worked with me, that my ethics and my way of working style was almost with them. Because we Indians only set this criteria, Indians will always be late. It is nowhere in any other country, not even other Asian countries. We are Asians, right? Many of the Koreans visit my home because of my elder son's huge network, right? If you go through the profiles, every time I post that this man has come, this boy has come, they always said, we Asians, rice eaters. Do you know this? We
Yes.
Asians, rice eaters. So that is how they connect us, right?
Yeah.
So the whole culture of their culture of knowing, though Korea is a very small country, you would be shocked and surprised to know. I don't know whether you have played those games or not. Pithu, Tapu, Gilli Danda.
Danda, yes.
These are the common games. Even are played in Korea.
Huh.
Yes, Pithu, Stapu, Gilli Danda. So do you know that Koreans said that they have a roots in India? You would be shocked and surprised to know that I would bring a very interesting incident out of working for Korean Culture Center. And every day my both sons used to say, Mama, आज क्या story सुनाएगी इसके साथ क्या हुआ है? Because I don't know Korean, right? So you won't believe that they have a princess her. And the princess her, they said she's from Ayodhya. She went to Korea and get married to their king.
Really?
Yes, Korean government and Indian government is coming up with a very huge park in Ayodhya by the name of Princess Her Park, right? And what happened the moment I joined, my program manager called me and she said, Jasbir, this news has to go. And she sent me some inputs that publish this news. And she said that this event has happened in Faridabad and governor of Faridabad has inaugurated this park and this park is called Princess Her Park. So I said, governor of Faridabad. Right. So that means governor of Faridabad, then this park has to be here in Faridabad, na? So I searched all Delhi NCR, but I never heard of any such park in Delhi because I'm in Delhi. So I said, okay, fine. So I published the news. And next day my director sent me the news. The news was from Uttar Pradesh because that is not Faridabad. That was Faizabad, Meenakshi. That Korean manager is Korean. She could not identify what is Faizabad, what is Faridabad
Faridabad, yeah.
because she's in Delhi NCR. So she must have heard this word more Faridabad. She mentioned Faridabad. So then I said, okay, before listening to them, you also check twice or thrice because
Yeah.
that's a cultural difference of language.
Yes.
They also think generic. I also think generic, but it's a huge difference. And then the next thing happened. They said, okay, publish a post on Facebook page about a quiz. And the quiz was about Harjun. Harjun is a doctor of Korea, right? Who
Yeah.
treated people very nicely, and he's a very known doctor. So the moment I started searching, and you won't believe, I prepared everything with my intern. I was about to, click the send button, and one of a girl, she's a very magical girl in my life, and she went to Korea on government assistantship, doing her masters in Korea free of cost. Ministry of HRD sponsored candidate, right? She said, "What are you doing, ma'am?" And I said, "I have to, publish this news." So she said, "Who is this man?" "This is Harjun." So she said, "Yeah, Harjun nahi hai." I said, "Why?" And now you realize how social media is hampering us. Because the moment you write Harjun, all the pictures, because the pictures were showing the man who played the role of Harjun as a Harjun.
Oh,
I
so they're
picked it up.
confusing it.
So
Yeah.
how do I know? So, out of my fun, I said, imagine, man, I go and talk to my Korean team. I said, if you ask me who is Abdul Kalam, I know this. If you ask me who is Mahatma Gandhi, I know this. How do I know this? Who is original Dr. Harjun? You would have
Yeah.
provided me some of the things. So, every day I used to come up with all such stories, and my family used to watch what she is bringing because I don't know Korea. Then I got to know Korea is a very small country, not even the size of UP. It's such a small country. But look at how they are growing in technology. They went through crisis. And if you look at the picture, Korea, a land of dreams, it is magical. Their dresses, the lifestyle they live, the way they think, it is magical. So that was a very magical moment. I learned a lot from Korean culture. And the biggest thing was that they never give up. They work like machines. That's the reason they give a lot of emphasis in upgrading the skills, cutting edge technology. That's how they live their lives also. So that was my whole experience with Korean Culture Center.
Wow, some really interesting facts and stories there. So you decided to quit your job at the Korean Culture Center and become a full-time entrepreneur. So what brought that change in your mindset? Please tell us about that.
Yes, so my whole life goes with education sector. Though I was working with Korean Cultural Center as a public relation, as I just mentioned, with engineering colleges, I worked with engineering colleges almost for 12 years as a training and placement come public relation, right? So public relation was a small vertical, but bigger was training and placement. Meeting with students every day. My soul was carving. Cubicle size offices, small size offices used to suffocate me a lot. If you go to any college, if you go to any university, huge campuses, any time you can go and move around. Korean embassy, there is a secret garden, which is a very small space next to a library of Korean embassy. At times, I used to go and sit there for hours because sitting with so many people with cubicle cabins used to suffocate me. And there, I was not able to meet the young kids. Every day, new life was not there in my life to transform. I was missing students' inquiries coming in my life. So I said, this I cannot work. And my elder son was not happy, and people said, who leave the job of such brand? But my soul was carving, seeing at least 1,000 students near me, dealing with their daily challenges, going after their life. Why you're not doing this? You have to do this. Don't take these things. Focus, align, enjoy, move ahead. So those were the things they were carving me, and I said, no, now I can't do like this. I need to do something at my own where I am able to deliver more of me, what is more in me, and I live within. So that is how the transition happened.
So you followed your heart.
I always follow my heart.
And you weren't scared of taking a risk from, switching your job to becoming a full time entrepreneur.
I never afraid of risk. I said it. I already said that there were many life toughest challenges. Like I never overcome, and I also always knew that there is nobody to go and ask, and without even knowing how to respond. तो मेरे लिए risk factor कभी बचा ही नहीं था life में. Because once you do not know how to respond, what is the risk then? So risk factor was never there in my life. So I was never afraid of this. So what one thing I knew that if I'm at my own, I would be flying like an eagle. So why I call myself a daughter of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, you will always see he always carry a eagle with him. So till the time you are alive, you are nowhere a risk because God is within you. That's my power.
Beautiful. So, when you started this entrepreneurial journey, what were the challenges that you faced and how did you overcome them?
Okay. So once I give up my job, I am addressed by Mata by all my students. Why is it so? Because I am always part of their life. So giving up this job, it was not that the first time I gave up this job. Because of my elder son, also I gave up my job in 2011. I took a 4 years of sabbatical that time also. So any decision I take, so I have got my angels in my life. I always discuss them. So I have my students. Imagine people go to the experts and I go to my students. How do you see this? Why? Because I know the thought process they will give me that would be out of the blue, a fresh idea, right? Students give fearless ideas, right? Young blood has got huge power, right? They are always ignited with huge ideas, huge support. So, I discussed with them. And because working as a training and placement head, I was training students at my own, right? It is just that later on I did my NLP coach certifications and all and train the trainer, but I was already doing it. So initial challenge was what to start, but I knew that I have all such things. I would be following it, what I have been doing it. So it was very easy. So initially I got my 15 students who come to me for campus to cooperate. They were at my home. So then I knew that I won't be in a situation to invest something big. So then my word of mouth references worked a lot. That is how I always said that no doubt social network is important. But social network depends upon internet, but human network work more stronger than social network. And today's situation has turned it true. So my network helped me, and the challenges were initial challenge of thinking that how I will do. But the moment I decided what are the few things I could do, so then I said and then I decided. I knew that IELTS, how to crack IELTS, right? I pick up few students and I got them the results. You know how I could get them the results? With the power of belief. Again, I'm telling you, any coaching I'm giving you, it has got a simple model of 80% mindset, 20% of subject knowledge, and what you want to do related to my expert field. But there also, I was preparing people to look at their life, what they are aiming to do. My job was to design the life the way I design my life to achieve what they are aiming to do. That's the reason I said you can get your dream job because of the power of belief. You can crack IELTS because you gave up after failure attempts. You do not follow a routine. You do not know how to prepare it. You do 2 days and you don't do 2 days. That won't work. You do not know how many times you need to practice. So that is how I, pack the thing. So initially it was vague. Then gradually, once I started now, I was in a situation to frame the things more professionally. I never allowed any challenge to come to me. Can you imagine with this COVID 19 2020, only I started with Zoom classes. Can you imagine from 2007 till now? I was teaching all across India and abroad with WhatsApp calling. Only hurdle I faced when I got students from Dubai, Sudan, UAE. Their WhatsApp calling was not allowed, but I installed BOITM. I took some classes with Skype. Only Skype allowed in these countries. So, but I never went into so much of nitty-gritties of this technology, that technology. I said, ultimately, सबसे बड़ा technology is your brain. The second biggest technology is your delivery. Third biggest technology is your result. So I backed upon these three technologies of mine, powered by my belief of genie, because God is residing me, and I could transform that energy with other people, and they get the result. And challenge I faced in terms of that, I was never open of taking to a next level. I could not take it to the next level the way people expanded. Yes, I agree. Not getting equipped with the technology, I was very rigid also, to be very honest. Rigid for many things that uh, why would I promote myself? I would be restricting to my students. I won't be going out of the way. And I was very fussy about taking the students. These are the challenges I still face because I don't pick up the student just like anything. So, but if you are on your entrepreneur journey and if you are teaching one students, that's a huge dent in your financial pocket. But I was still with the belief that I will always be going with the individual students because too much of work is needed in them, right? Be it study overseas, be it IELTS, be it getting a dream job. Getting a dream job still was workable because imagine I used to have 16 students in my home, and my younger son Jagraj in 2017, after coming from school, the moment he used to saw me sitting with 17 students, he used to go and prepare 17 cups of tea for them. He is so powerful in terms of taking control of masses because he get acquainted with handling people with me. Even in IELTS, once students started coming to my place, at times I used to seek his help. He used to give the support to my students. So that's how my system works. But yes, limited number of students working only with individual students bought very, very big events in my life, which were crying moments for us. In between, my husband lost his job. We were already recovering from huge losses from our one venture. We lost our even house.
Oh my
So
God.
everything. We lost everything. And we are now again building, like, have you seen birds picking up ek ek tinka and
Like you would burn and then from your own ashes you'll rise up again. Like a
and
phoenix.
yes, and this is not happening with me for the first time. There are many incidents in my life. So that's the reason I was mentally prepared. I knew that something is going out now, but it is something very big out of it.
Mm.
So these are the challenges once you are very rigid with your belief system. You are so much attached to your results, and you don't see that you need money also, but you are going with the flow of that I will only work with the students in a limited number. So that was really taking account in my health, in my family, many turbulence moments. But that's how I overcome. I learned to overcome that. And again, how I learned. Do you know, I talk to God. Just I'm talking to you.
Yes, I saw that in your profile. You have mentioned that you talk to angels.
And
Yeah.
they come, they will show you. I write letters to God. Anything which bothers me, I write letters. I write emails. Let it go to universe. So that's how challenges were very big. People even do not know that every day we can live with a new challenge. Every day. God always tested me. Okay, Bob, baby, you tell me now that you are my daughter. Let me see. Proof karo mujhe. I said, okay. मजे ले रहे हो आप? ले लो. Doesn't matter. So challenges every day come. It is not with entrepreneurship journey. Don't you think so? We deal with every challenge every day. So I won't say only not losing heart. I will say not losing the momentum,
Yeah.
not losing that fire, not losing that belief that you are alone, not coming up with the belief that someone else can change your life and you can't do. You know, I have three people in my life, they have admired my life. Anytime I feel bad, I always look at Nick Vijusi, unstoppable man. How come we can think of living with the challenges? Do you think so? Our challenges are bigger than these people? So many students who come to me, the moment I said, have believe in God, they said, God ne kuch nahi diya. I gave them an answer. You have both the parents. I see my father in pictures. But I see the parents, I see the kids, they don't even have their parents. They are being raised up in orphanages. There are people who are staying on the roads. In this situation, people are asking us to stay at home. What about the people who are staying at roads? Where do they go? So we always look at that we are inferior than others. But the moment we start looking that we are better than others, you will have control of your life because you ignore what God has given you without even asking. He has given us a knowledge. You know, the moment I started this exercise of 21 days challenge, gratitude challenge,
You
people were
started
asking
that during COVID-19, right?
the day it was declared. I
Yeah.
immediately went alive. So, you know, the people were asking, even I have experimented with people that tell me 11 things you are grateful for. People think twice, thrice, 10 minutes. सोचने बैठते हैं. And the moment you ask them ना क्या बुरा चल रहा है, it take 1 minute to tell. ये नहीं अच्छा चल रहा, ये नहीं अच्छा चल रहा. This is not going good. This is not going good, right? But you know,
Hmm.
the moment I told those people, and they were like, "Ma'am, we never thought of it." So my question was, are you not grateful that you are able to see 5 seasons? Go and
True.
look at the countries where people are not able to say sun. Are you not thankful that you are able to drink clean water? Do you know how much of population even do not have access to electricity and water? Are you not grateful that you are able to see with your eyes? There are
True.
people they cannot. Are you not thankful that you can walk at your legs? Are you not thankful that God has given you a mind which is working perfectly? Are you not thankful that you have got at least some level of education you can utilize? Are you not thankful that you have a phone, internet to access and get connected with the outside world? Are you not
True.
thankful that you have a bed to sleep as per the weather? You can have a fan, you can have a AC, even off AC, even when you have a fan, you have a quilt, you have a bed sheet, you have a mattress to sleep. But have you ever counted such things being grateful for? Because we take life so for granted because God has given all such things without even asking. So this is how the difficulties is not that you need to show that you are courageous. You need to show I believe that I am the blessed child. Have this power. Half of the kids always comes, my moms don't love me. I may tell you that I could not get my mom's affection and love ever, ever. But you know why? Because now I realize, and even I used to see a lady who lost her husband at such a young age, having 3 daughters, nobody to support. Can you imagine what mindset she would be living?
It would have been very difficult.
So, how come you can expect a love and affection from that mom? You know what I did in my life, Minakshi? The things which worked so well in my life, I picked up such things. And the things which I lacked in my life, I worked and built such things. So I picked up all such things in my life which I lacked, my mom's love and affection. So that's the reason my students call me Mata. I gave it to every student. I have got a picture in my house. My students gave me जादू की चप्पी. संजय दत्त की मूवी बाद में आई होगी. Any campus corporate में, I always ensured that I will hug each and every student दबा के and will say चढ़दी कला फतेह. And HRs used to see me like this. ये करती क्या है? I said I damn care. And you know teachers are very rigid. They believe that बच्चों को पैर छूने चाहिए. मेरे बच्चे भी मेरे पैर छूते हैं. But I never allow that barrier to come between me and my child, that if they feel like crying, they have nobody to hug because I have seen that moments in my life. So one should always look at what was lacking in your life. You should build more to give back the society because there will be lakhs and millions of people maybe dying to get a hug, maybe dying to see someone and talk to someone. So there is a whole vacuum around in the families, in the upbringing, in the society, and we are still living in a life where we are not equipped to deal many such things, which are the realities of life. Failures are the realities of life. Death is the biggest reality of life. You know, I was
True.
talking to one of my students. He said, "Ma'am, I look forward to do few things." He's from a 2009 batch student. I said, "When?" And he said, "Ma'am, I have many family responsibilities. If I take out something out of it, I know my family structure will crash." So you know what answer I gave? I said, "You think that you take care of your family, but it is not you. It is he. How do you guarantee? As you said, genie for dream overseas. One mother came to me and they go to the consultant and they said, which country is good? Which country is prosperous? Where is a good future? What he will get after 2 years of completion of the job, right? Can you imagine what question I could ask in return? Every consultant said Australia is a good country, Canada is the best country, US is the best country, lot of opportunities. Can you imagine what answer I gave and what question I asked? I said, give me the guarantee your child is going to stay after 2 years. Why you are asking a fake guarantee from me? Without I do not know what will happen in his life, even if I told you something. But the problem is everybody would like to see and hear the positive aspects of life. Nobody would like to face the reality. They don't understand if I tell them that every country is good, provided you are willing to make it big. Don't understand the reason of going to the countries. There are people you won't believe. You are from the travel background. Can you imagine? I met people here 2 years, 65 countries. How do you see such kids? But in our Indian culture, people ask, "Karna kya foreign jaake?" You go and tell your parents that I want to give a break. I want to move to at least 10 countries in next 1 year. Do you think so? Your parents will allow in between of your career? Even our education system did not allow, because I met a Korean girl who came here in India on a gap year. Their universities give a gap year. They are allowed to take a 1 year of gap. You go and move around and come back and join your university. Does it happen in our country? We are set and accustomed to a one system. 12th करो, graduation करो बेटा, उसके बाद जो मर्जी नौकरी पकड़ो, उसके बाद जो मर्जी. Why? We don't live life. That's the problem. People even don't enjoy the travels, right? The purpose of travel is very different for many of the people, right? I get suffocated once I experience my travel. The latest experience few years back, we went to Dharamshala after a very long gap, and I can't tell you, my feeling of going to Dharamshala was a very different feeling, Meenakshi. I was carrying so much of dream visions because I'm so much of singing, bowl playing, meditating in a very different manners. My younger son all alone can sit for 2 hours for meditation. He's only 14.
Wow.
Right? So when I went to Dharamshala, my feeling was that, okay, monastery would be something. Right? And my experience was monastery is something, but what do I do with the people who are there? They do not even know the value of monastery. People even don't teach their kids what are the few places where you need to keep quiet. You won't believe one girl was screaming just like anything that there is a money kept in that bowl there in monastery. She wanted to have that note only. And we had to ask the monks there, can we sit here for some time? Just to give them the message that, look, come with some senses of travel. You are coming to a space which is known for peace. You should dwell into energies. But for everyone, travel is for a fun. Leisure has taken a very different state.
True. Acha, you work on the mantra that do not change your plans, change your ways. So please guide us on how do you apply that and how do you implement that in our life?
So if you are thinking, I want to do something, but something is not working out for you, then you immediately think, इसके अलावा कुछ कर लेते हैं. Right? Rather than thinking इसके अलावा कुछ कर लेते हैं, you should come up with the power that universe has to come and deliver it to me. वो कौन सा डायलॉग था शाहरुख खान का, किसी भी चीज को तुम चाहने लग जाओ तो पूरी कायनात आके तुम्हें वो देती है. एक वर्ड है हिंदी का, तथास्तु, और हमारी गुरबानी में एक चीज बोली गई है, जो मांगे ठाकुर अपने से सोई सोई देवे. Whatever you ask, God always give. Ask, believe and receive is a mantra of law of attraction. What you believe, your thoughts create your reality. So why do you need to change your plans? You simply need to change the way you think. You need to be rigid and strict that I need it. I won't compromise lesser than this. So why to change your plans? Why? There are always a ways. I have a question. We use GPS, but that work perfectly?
No.
So
Not always.
what do you do? जब जाके पता लगता है रास्ता खराब हो गया है, क्या करते हो?
दूसरा रास्ता देखते हैं. We ask for another directions.
तो क्या दूसरा रास्ता देख के अपना डेस्टिनेशन चेंज करते हो?
नहीं.
So you find a different way to reach your destination.
True.
Even your navigation don't tell you that this road is stopped. You land there and then you realize, oh my goodness, ये रास्ता बंद है. So let's move. You take back, then you go back, but you remain committed to your destination. You don't change your destination. कि अमृतसर जाना था, एक काम करते हैं, आप पठानकोट चलते हैं. Nobody do this, but we do this in our life.
So, coming to the travel part, what all places have you traveled, Jaspeed? And please share some of those experiences with us.
So, my travel stories start and ends with very different tadka of genie. Because my mom was very fussy about sending daughters out. She never allowed us to travel. Our travel used to be only Garmi ki chuttiyan visiting Punjab. That's it. Right? But when I entered college, I am an alumni of LSR. And when I entered college in second year, my batchmates planned that we are going to Jaipur. I knew that my mom is not going to send me because she is all fearful if something goes wrong. So, before I could ask my mom, my friends call my mom. We have paid money for her. You simply have to send her. So she kept quiet. She was rigid, right? And you know what? That plan happened almost 2-3 months before. In between, I met with an accident and I got a fracture in my right foot. अब मैंने बोला जसबीर ग्रोवर, your mom do not want to wish you to go. ये इसलिए हुआ. Do you understand how energies work?
Yes, exactly.
Right? So I asked my doctor and who is my brother जिसको मैं राखी बांधती हूँ, ये प्लास्टर कब कटेगा? He said after 45 days. 2 महीने पहले प्लानिंग हुई है. And then he said after 15, प्लास्टर कटने के बावजूद भी you will take at least 15 days. उस जमाने में फिजियोथेरेपी वगैरह ऐसे नहीं होती थी आम. Right? So he said after it will take you 15 days to recover. Do you know what I did?
What did you do?
Whole night I sat with my plaster. पूरे घर के औजार उठाए मैंने. 15 दिन पहले खुद से प्लास्टर काटा, उसको अपने टेबल पे रख के सो गई. करो क्या करोगे?
पैर का क्या हुआ? फिर ठीक
ठीक
हुआ?
है,
अरे
उससे क्या
वाह!
फर्क पड़ता है? Because I was determined to go, भाई. That was my first ever trip to Jaipur. I was so excited. I never wanted to miss that chance. So I told my friends I have done this. Now if I'll have any problem. So you know what problem I faced? Amer Port I could not go. Because इतना चलना पड़ता था.
चढ़ना पड़ता है, हाँ.
So that time my पैर was telling me you can't do it. So that time I was clear कि अब अगर मैं कोई trouble लेके घर चली गई ना, my mom is going to kill me कि तुम करती क्या हो. So that was a wonderful experience because उस time पे DDLJ popular था. दिल वाले दुल्हनिया ले जाएंगे those years. We travel wherever we used to see you listen only one song घर आजा परदेसी and और ट्रेन में and वहां पर ऑटो चलते हैं जो everywhere those songs were played. It was a very very wonderful experience enjoying the handicrafts. वो मार्केट में जाना, हवा महल घूमना, spending time with your friends. And then my mom's fear turned right that हमारा ट्रेन कैंसिल हुआ और वो नेक्स्ट डे पे हो गया. एंड इमेजिन उस जमाने में मोबाइल फोन्स नहीं है. And the moment I called my mom and she was screaming, tell me what will I do now? And I said, अब क्या करूं मैं? So I said, doesn't matter, एक दिन और लेट आ जाऊंगी. Right? So वो बट एक दिन लेट होना ना, I was also feeling not good because we all were prepared कि इस दिन तो घर जाना है.
हाँ.
वो एक दिन जो एक्स्ट्रा स्पेंड करना था ना, that take out the whole excitement. Everyone was fearful कैसे पहुंचेंगे? What is an alternative arrangement? So there were many things, and but Jaipur was a wonderful experience for me. And after that, whenever I go to Jaipur, I enjoy the food, I enjoy the sweets, I enjoy lehengas. I'm very fond of wearing lehengas. I'm very fond of, I love your boho. Even I'm a fan of boho style.
Thank you so much.
So that was my first journey. And after that, I traveled a lot once I get married. My second journey was Golden Temple, which I call Guru Ramdas Ji, Golden Temple ke Guru Ji, my great grandfather for my both sons. Why is it so? Because Golden Temple Guruji, Guru Ramdas Ji was brought up and raised by Nani. उनके भी पेरेंट्स नहीं थे.
हाँ.
And he was being Guru Gaddi because of his immense service and power and service to humankind. And Guru Ramdas ji watched him working selflessly, ethically for humankind. So he was given this Guru Gaddi, right? So my second experience was visiting Golden Temple. That we went there, and we thought that we would be able to catch hold of the car जो हमने हायर किया था जाने के लिए. एंड गुरुद्वारे मत्था टेक के वापस आएंगे. तो हमने क्या सोचा कि हमने अपनी चप्पलें ना, फर्स्ट एक्सपीरियंस था गोल्डन टेम्पल जाने का. माय एल्डर सन वाज ओनली 3 years. तो वी केप्ट आवर फुटवेयर्स इन दैट कार. एंड दैट स्टूपिड कार ड्राइवर, उस जमाने में ना मोबाइल होता है ना कुछ होता है, he somehow went for his dinner or something. हम जब मत्था बाहर टेक के आए, we were having no footwear with us. हम पूरे नंगे पैर लोग, people were just looking at us. And that stupid driver went to the hotel directly, and we all were watching नंगे पैर इतनी गर्मी में, went to that place, and then we said what we can do. So then our first experience was going to Wagah border. That was a magical experience. That
अच्छा,
was a
तो मतलब
magical.
चप्पलें चोरी हो गई तो आप लोग वाघा बॉर्डर निकल गए.
Right? So we went to Wagah border. We enjoyed it there also. But that feeling is, India Pakistan के मैच से भी बड़ी feeling होती है वो. Once you see the people of your country wearing that dress, the parade, the other side of the country, and then there was a feeling that we were together, but we are not together now. It's simply a line. I've got so much of hatred now. Why? How? We have our forefathers. We have our families in Punjab. Partition उन्होंने सबसे ज्यादा देखा है. We have heard those stories that people still feel कि वहां जाके वो अपने घरों को देख के आए. But how? Why this much of hatred is there? Just because of one line drawn between two countries? We are same blood. We are same roots.
True.
So, that was my second experience. And then, Uttarakhand lives in my heart.
My too.
I went to Shimla. I went to Manali. But something is there with Uttarakhand very strongly in my heart. And because when my first trip for Uttarakhand was again with a spiritual connect of visiting Gurdwara Reetha Sahab. So there is a Reetha, do you know Reetha na soap seed?
हाँ, आंवला रीठा वाला ना.
आंवला रीठा वाला, right? Soap seed. So there is a Gurdwara जहां पर रीठा मीठा होता है, just like sweet.
अच्छा.
And there is a one tree only. Because Guru Nanak Dev Ji with his two followers went to that place, and his two students of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Bala and Mardana, उनमें से एक person could never come over भूख, right? He always used to carve for food. वो हंगर पे कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते थे. तो उन्होंने बोला बाबा जी बहुत भूख लग रही है, क्या करे? तो उन्होंने बोला एक काम करे, रीठे तोड़ के खाओ. उसे बोला बाबा जी रीठे थोड़ी खा सकते हैं कोई. बोले खा ले. द मोमेंट उसने तोड़े और खाए, क्योंकि वहां पर एक प्रथा थी कि गुरु ने अगर बोला इसमें ना कुछ बात तो है, why to question? The moment he plucked that and he eat that, he find that पूरा का पूरा रीठा मीठा था. आज भी अगर आप वहां जाओ, वो प्रसाद में वही मीठे रीठे मिलते हैं. हर किसी को एक एक मिलता है, राइट? और वो रीठे मीठे इसलिए भी थे कि जिस पेड़ के नीचे बैठ के गुरु साहब ने तपस्या की, यू वोंट बिलीव, जिस पेड़ की तरफ गुरु साहब बैठे थे उस तरफ के पत्ते ग्रीन है, अदर साइड ऑफ द पेड़ के पत्ते डार्क ब्लैक है. कैन यू सी दिस? एंड पूरी की पूरी जो जर्नी है ना, पीपल विल वॉर्न यू वेल इन एडवांस. यू कैन गो टू नानक मता बहुत इजीली. देयर इज अ गुरुद्वारा. नानक मता से रीठा साहब जाने की जो जर्नी है, कभी भी पहाड़ फट जाते हैं, पूरा रास्ता नहीं है, कच्चा रास्ता, कभी भी रास्ता बंद हो जाता है. तो पीपल ऑलवेज से कि बिफोर मूविंग टू रीठा साहब पता कर लो किसी से कि रास्ता खुला है. और ये भी नहीं पता कि अगर आप रास्ते में चले गए रास्ता कब बंद हो जाएगा. तो द मैजिकल पार्ट इज कि द मोमेंट यू गो टू दैट प्लेस, यू क्रॉस कुमाऊं, ब्यूटीफुल प्लेस. whole journey is right and left. You will see not only pines ke tree, you will see trees of real fruits, humanis, apples, mangoes, richness of natural beauty with fruits. जबरदस्त. You won't find रीठा साहब के आसपास कोई कमर्शियल स्पेस. और जब तक आप रीठा साहब नहीं पहुंच जाओगे, तो तब तक आपको रीठा साहब दिखेगा. You know how the journey is? You will move like go to the top of the mountain. From that mountain, you will come back to the sea level. There the Gurdwara is. So गुरुद्वारे के साथ नदी बहती है. You will not find any tourism related activity there. You won't find any hotels there. You have to stay in the dharamshala only, right? So I carve for such things. So that
हाँ.
journey was truly magical कि तुम्हें सिर्फ लंगर ही मिलेगा खाने को, right? You won't find any गंदगी there. And the journey of इतनी लंबी travel तुम कर रहे हो, सिर्फ आसपास क्या देख रहे हो? Richness of nature,
Nature only.
abundance. मतलब सोचना उन लोगों की क्या जिंदगी है. मैंगो की स्मेल ऐसी थी, आई कांट टेल यू. मेरे बच्चे कच्चे पाइन लेके आए थे और घर आके जब खुले ना, माय बोथ किड्स पेंटेड देम. Look at the life of those people. They live a very simple life, but they are breathing in fresh air. They have access to everything fresh, right? So I went to Shimla, I went to Manali, but I had no such feeling because of so much of commercialization. I carve for beauty.
Same, beautiful. So, you are also an upcoming author. So, what is your book going to talk about, and what people will be learning through it?
So because as of now, the biggest book I'm working about is about the IELTS, because people go to lot many courses, lot many YouTube videos and spend endless of monies. You won't believe I came across a lady who posted on a Facebook that give me a mantra, jadoo tona or koi totka to clear this exam of IELTS. And can you imagine how many times that lady appeared for exam? 12 times.
Oh my God.
And 12 times multiply by 13,250 rupees. And this is a ticket to PR. Clearing an IELTS exam is ticket to Canadian immigration. And that lady is from Dubai. So, then I realized that whatever I'm teaching, many of the people cannot reach me, right? So there should be some formula, which is a very short, crisp and very tasty formula for everyone. So I'm working on that formula. I won't disclose the name, but yes, that will have all the mazadar masalas of my learning how I teach people. So the first book is related to my IELTS, and then few books are already lined up, which may be related to my own stories of so many people have built their life working as a coach, mentor, and a teacher, working with education sectors, and many life changing experiences of my students I have seen and live with them day to day. Many such stories which are not heard, which are there. So that's what.
Wonderful. Okay. So now please give our audience a powerful genie message.
You have the power to create your life because genie lies within you.
Magic is in us.
Magic is in us.
Okay, and how can our audience connect to you?
So the best part to connect with me, I'm available on Instagram, I'm available on Facebook. I run a Jasbir Grover Facebook page, and I'm there on LinkedIn too. I'm always available. I pay attention to whosoever is coming to me, commenting with me, and I connect with my audience. I love to interact with them.
Thank you so much, Jasbir. Thank you so much for coming on this show, and आपसे बात करके बहुत अच्छा लगा.
मुझे भी बहुत मजा आया. I could refresh many of my memories starting from my college till now. At times we don't recall such memories. Thank you so much for this wonderful session.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you like it.
Thank you. Stay blessed.
You too. So this was Jasbir's inspiring life journey and amazing travel experiences, and I hope that you really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for giving your precious time to this podcast. If this episode was inspiring and insightful, please do drop a comment on my Instagram and YouTube at @mybohovoyage. Please do subscribe and give a 5-star rating and hopefully write a review for Inspiring Explorers. Also, please don't forget to connect with me on Instagram and YouTube. Drop me a hi or send me a comment so that I know we are in this journey together. This is Meenakshi Srivastava, your host for Inspiring Explorers, saying goodbye. See you next week with an amazing, inspiring interview. Till then, take care.